Well, the Chiefs are currently dominating the Dolphins, and it seems to be quite the mess over in Germany. It's been a lovely fallback, so hopefully everybody is off and ready to go here. It's just one of those days. So we'll start off our Sunday like we normally do, and just see how it goes. And I can start answering questions whenever you guys start to move in. Let's see. Oh, Dan's already here. PBR flex, Godwin, Pittman down to Robinson. Man, that's close. I'm probably going Pittman there, but Godwin is right next to it. Downs with that injury makes me a little nervous, so probably going to try and stay away from him if possible. He's more likely going to play, but just don't know how effective he's going to be in that with the injury. So, Brent, welcome. With Stafford out, is it safe to start use Puka or Olave? That is the issue. I would assume that Puka is probably okay, but the fact that he's also been on the injury report makes me want to play Olave more. Olave's matchup is also really good. It just really needs him and Carr to get on the same page. It's really been hurting their connection, and clearly we saw it last week with a toss right on his helmet. Just ruined Olave. Could have been a touchdown, but just how it goes sometimes. So hopefully that helps, Brent. Big quiet streamer, if you guys want him, is Demario Douglas, as well as Rondale Moore is going to be somebody who comes up a lot today. Michael Wilson was rolled out this morning, or will be an inactive for the Cardinals. If you're looking for somebody who's sleeping, also Jamison Crowder is another good sleeper for you today. Another great streaming option. If you're just looking for somebody you can plug in and get those double-digit points, those are some options that I think could easily hit those marks. Oh. But just kind of surprised on how that all works. This game is a lot. I mean, wasn't sure what would show up. So, no, I don't. Keontae Ingram is fine if you're looking for somebody to really just plug and play. I don't love that option. I'd even go. Honestly, because of who they're facing, I'd even go down to like the Ezekiel Elliott is probably more widely available and is another good streamer for the running back position. But hey, good morning, Polo. Start one, half PPR. Oh, good choices. Yeah. I actually really like Cooper. The fact that he's playing at home, it's close with Nico, but Nico has that more inconsistency and isn't running as many routes as he should be, but they continue to limit how much he's running. It's still even Brown and Dell saying more or running more routes and playing more snaps than Nico currently. So I'm going to go with the guy I know is going to run on the routes and has a pretty good matchup in Amari Cooper. Hopefully that'll help. All right. Stevenson or Eberhardt, Daniel. Let's see. Stevenson or Ford. It's going to be Ford. The fact that Stevenson's splitting has really hurt him. They aren't using him as much in the passing game as they should. I understand Ford is also splitting, but that's a much easier matchup. And I mean, I honestly think that I wouldn't be surprised if both Browns running backs end up getting a touchdown. So makes it a little easier on you. Soaring Eagle, welcome. Start two. Double PPR. Ooh, Quentin Johnson, Boyd. It's going to be Douglas and QJ for me. With Palmer out, Quentin should see some more snaps. I'm a little nervous on it, but the opportunity is going to be there. I would expect him to see 8 to 9 targets, and if he gets 6, and should give you a solid day. So, and Douglas is clearly going to be the guy. With hardly any other people being healthy enough to really catch a ball, and him having the most upside with his actual ability to run and catch. Super impressive for Douglas. Welcome, William. All right. Half PPR, need one. Madison, Freeman, or Algier. Ooh. Because it's ripping, I'm going to go Freeman here. I like Madison as well, but that split's a little more controversial. So I'd much rather go with Freeman, who I know has more explosiveness somehow. Really surprising me with that. He's really come on for the Rams and done a good job with his big plays and just having a decent yard per carry over Henderson even. And it's a half PPR. He's been seeing some targets, not as many as Henderson clearly, but he's getting used in the passing game as well. So hopefully that'll help. So we talked about Wilson being out. Is there any other big ones? Wan'Dale Robinson or Royce Freeman. Daniel Jones is playing. Makes me like Robinson more. It's close. So I'm chasing the upside, though, and going with Wan'Dale right there. It's just the fact that he loves to target the slot. And Wan'Dale, if he can stay healthy and play a full game, is set for a good matchup with his ability to break those long plays. And it's just frustrating that he's been struggling and hurt like he always is every year. And Daniel Jones has also been dealing with it. So. Yeah. Oh. It's going to be Jones again until I see something out of Love, or I know for sure. I know that they said that they're going to let Aaron Jones loose. But until he actually logs a full practice, I'm not willing to run it out there. So I'd much rather go with what I know in the fact that Jones, he's playing, and their offense is going to have to move the ball. And if you get lucky, maybe he'll even run some. I mean, that's a big benefit for him, is just the fact that he is a mobile quarterback and really allows you to have that option. So it's, I think you have to roll Jones. All right, Daniel. Dell or Henderson? Ooh. I really like Dell. But with how many targets Henderson's been seeing, it's hard to get away from him. So, and I mean, they both have decent matchups. It's just really dependent. I think I'm still going to go Dell because I think there's more upside with it. So that's probably what I'll do. Yeah. Thanks. Same team, need two flex, and only one can be a tight end. Oh, okay. So you were all right. So it's going to be Madison and Thomas. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably it's gonna be Madison and Thomas. I'm kind of close with Shark, but I'd much rather go with Thomas. I know that Njoku should have a good game. It's just very curious to see how that ends up. Hey, Bill, welcome. Tight end and flex, half PPR. Pitts, Komet, Robinson, or more. It's gonna be Robinson and Pitts for me. Really like the fact that London's gonna be out. Gives you a lot of opportunity there, a lot of potential upside. So that's how I'd go. I'd go Pitts and Robinson. It could be close with Komet, but it's only half PPR, so I'd go with the guy I know is going to touch the ball with Robinson. All right. Yeah, I know. Finally saw that. Who else was I kind of surprised about? Yeah, I know. He is active, but again, he's been missing practices or limited in practice. Don't love that. I've even kind of gotten away from I mean, really the Ravens offense has made me a little nervous. Hey, Doc, need two. Wide receiver and flex. Godwin, Thielen, or Thomas. Also, I missed those three. Okay. You get bonus for bigger games. So you're definitely playing Thielen. And then if you're hoping for 150 yards, you're probably going to go Godwin. Thomas is just not getting there. Shaheed is. So if he's available, that's more of what you'd be looking for that 150 mark. Three streaming options I was talking about was Rondale Moore as one, Demario Douglas, who clearly plays is a starting wide receiver for the Patriots. But from there, it just kind of went out of control. Those were the two that I really liked. And then if you're looking at uh so Rondale Moore, Demario Douglas are two of the big ones. And then man, I wish I could remember now. Already gone. I was so pumped on it that those those were the two that I was most comfortable playing. Pitts is Kyle Pitts for sure. I really like him this week just because of the fact that London's going to be out. There's a lot of opportunity there for him. Uh, oh, Crowder. That was the other one. Jamison Crowder is the other option I really like. Samuel's out for the Commanders, and so you're in kind of a PPR. That will be another safe option for you. There's a lot of potential upside there. Shaheed is always an option too. Not this week. It's I wish it's gone back to that committee just being ugly. But I'm really hoping that Bijan has a good week this week. If I'm really hoping for anything, that would be what it is. Bijan has been little underwhelming. If you can at this point, you should be trying to buy him. I do think the opportunity is going to be there. Just with Heineke, I'm hoping that will really help open things up for him and give him some more room to run, clearly. So, hey, Will, Douglas or Nico? Ooh, it's a half. I'm probably going to go Collins, but I have them really close. I think they're separated by 6 spots, but it's going to be Collins for me. Guess I can pull that up and double check. Yeah, I'm going to go Nico there. Hopefully that'll help you. Oof. Of them, I'm probably, oh my gosh, it's PPR. Probably going Odell. If it was half or less, it'd be Lockett for me. Just because he continues to put up those consistent numbers. I know Dell had a really down week last week. I just think that they didn't come prepared. Stroud was getting more pressure than he was expecting, and that offense just wasn't ready. And so hopefully this week could be a little different. Also, the fact that Pierce is going to be out. I think Singletary being in all the time will really help open up the passing game as well. So I'm going to go Dell. Roshan or Keontae Ingram. If it's any kind of PPR, I'm going to go Roshan. Otherwise, I'd probably go Ingram in a standard league just because of the fact that I would believe he's more likely to score compared to the other players. So, William Rich, do you think Algier has any upside due to London being? I mean, he always does just because of the fact that he can score. That's really what holds him up. But yeah, I think it really benefits Pitts and Bijan more than anybody else. So that's, not ideal. We're really hoping for more. All right, Omar. Let's see. Puka, DJ Moore, Addison Myers. Pick one and why. Man, that's close. PPR, I'm probably still going to go Myers. Anything like a half or standard, I'll go Addison. I still think with Myers, he's going to see decent usage. He does have the opportunity to score. That offense should be moving pretty easily in their matchup. The reason I go away from him in a half or standard is because then you're looking more at yards, which is more of an Addison opportunity. I do think that Addison has the big playability, which really gives him a boost up. But again, it's really dependent on what kind of your scoring format is. Because Addison also has a little tougher matchup and the rookie QB. I know that Myers is also getting a rookie QB, but I expect him to have a much easier matchup in comparison. So I'm staying away from Puka just because of the injury and one bad hit we saw with Josh Palmer last week. You get one bad hit, you're out. And then DJ Moore, I don't love his matchup this week, unfortunately. So I would expect him to see some tough some tough coverages. Golly, I can't get the words out today. And facing the Saints, where they honestly have just owned the Bears every time they've played in New Orleans. Sorry. All right, TJS. Let's see. PPR. Ramondre or Flowers, or do I sit? No, I'd play Flowers and Smith. Smith has a lot of upside. It's hard to sit him. I wish I could trust Ramondre. It's just he's not getting the workload and he isn't seeing the targets. That changes. Great. He'll have a good day. But outside of that, it's too difficult to play him with both him and Zeke. Splitting those carries, it's been rough. And so you're really in PPR, you're looking for targets. I think Flowers will get those still and be serviceable. While Ramondre, I mean, the last game he saw 3 targets and caught one of them. So that really hurts him. No Molan. Let's see. Musgrave or Otten? It's going to be Otten. He should see a lot of usage today. They have the opportunity to really throw around. The run game is going to be kind of stifling. So Musgrave has been fine, but Reed's been more. It's just the fact that whole offense seems lost right now without Aaron Jones. They said they're going to release him, but until I see him in a full practice or him actually have a really good fantasy day, I'm staying away from that as well. So I'm really hoping that gets the case. Dang, is that a Ferrari tire? All right. Will Rich, half PPR. Tune or D Douglas over Hal Superflex? I mean, no, it's just hard to get away from Hal because of the fact that he's been so consistent this year. Consistent being he's completely inconsistent, but he's either going to boom or bust on you. It's going to be one or the other because he's currently, I think, quarterback, 8 on the year, which is crazy to think about, but he continues to put up good numbers. I don't know. I haven't really seen a whole lot of Tune. I wouldn't expect a whole lot out of him. So, and I hate the matchup even more for him. I do love Douglas, but it's a half PPR, not a full PPR, which also gives me some hesitation on it. So, hopefully that helps. Clear as mud. All right, McBride or Musgrave. It's going to be McBride. I know it's still ugly, but again, until the Packers actually figure their offense out and start moving the ball, I can't bring myself to trust it. I honestly, I have Dobbs and Watson so low and Musgrave and Reed that they're barely flexes for you. So Mike Evans or Gabe Davis. PPR, I'm probably going to go Evans. If it's half or standard, I'm going to go Davis. Just because I really think they're getting away from the 2 tight end sets. With the fact I know that the backup came back today, but even with that in mind, I think they're going to have more 3 wide receiver sets, which means Shakir. Oh, is another good streaming option, Shakir. But Davis should have more targets, allowing him to also get a boost up. More opportunities, man. Oh, full PPR, Zach Moss or Brian Robinson? Moss. He continues to see checkdowns. I do expect Robinson to have some more usage today, but Moss has been a just complete anomaly. And they continue to use him, especially in red zone situations, which is surprising. So I'm going to lean Moss there. I'm not quite sure if that was directly correlated to Taylor missing part of the game or not. But he still got that end zone look, which was more frustrating to a lot of the Jonathan Taylor managers. All right, Hunter McLaurin. Ooh, I'm probably going to go McLaurin. I think there's more upside. It's a good matchup. He's going to have to throw. Don't love it. I do think Hunt has a good day as well, honestly, but it's just the fact that he's still splitting with Ford. Man, that whole split is very weird. I think Hunt has a slight edge right now, but if this game gets out of hand, I would expect them to try and keep Hunt healthy with him being the older guy, and allow them to run it with Ford. So, which I kind of expect. Ford's going to see a lot of usage today. All right, Dan Smith. Let's see here. Davis or Downs, half PPR. I'm probably going to go Davis. I think there's more upside, the big plays, more yardage, which is really what it's coming down to. And the fact that Downs has been kind of sidelined this week in practice with that injury. So I understand he's going to play, just not quite sure how much. And that always makes me nervous. Omar, pick 2, Hubbard, Henderson, Ingram. It's going to be Hubbard and Henderson. Great matchups. Again, I hate the matchup for Ingram. Also, I don't think they use him in the passing game. I wouldn't even be surprised if Williams actually gets more usage today. So Pittman or Mike Evans. Oh my gosh, Brandon. Probably going to roll out Pittman with Downs having issues with injury. So I do think that Evans is fine. I mean, they're both high end wide receiver, I think ones. Let me see here. Have Pittman at 6 and Evans at 11. So kind of tells you where they are for me. Daniel's back. Puka, Higgins, Olave, Godwin, Henderson. Just one. Golly. I mean, Godwin's probably your safe play here, but man, I'm probably chasing the upside with Higgins here. That game has potential shootout written all over it. The Bills secondary has been really beat up, and I think there's a lot of opportunities there. So probably going to roll out Higgins. Oh my gosh. You're killing me. I would probably go White. Oh my gosh. That's tough though. Hey, Hammenegger, how's it going? RB2, Jones unleashed or it's going to be Ford. I know that they say they're going to unleash him, but until I actually see it, no way am I trusting him. That coaching staff has said too many things and shown me too little for me to trust that they're going to actually unleash Aaron Jones. If they would have unleashed him, I would have believed that they would have had a full practice for him. Yeah, yo, mama. All right. It's going to be Godwin of those three. I don't love the matchup for more. Saints are really just a good defense. He'll need a touchdown or some junk time to really have any value. And Ingram also has a really tough matchup. I actually expect Damien to see more work than Ingram today. So I'm going to go with the safe play and Godwin there. BTFU 15. All right. Pitts or Thomas? It's going to be Pitts with London out. Love the opportunity. I think that Heineke also is going to target him. So I think that really boosts it up. Thomas is going to be fine. He's going to see I just think he doesn't have the upside that Pitts does. Just kind of how that goes. All right, Lucas, let's see. Pick 2. 4-point touchdowns. Man. It's going to be Minshew and Heineke. I'm just worried that Watson's not going to have to do a whole lot. Also, potential for re-injury there. Don't love that. I like the idea of Zach Wilson, but I feel like it's just so risky. This is an ideal matchup for him because the Chargers secondary Chargers defense is one of the worst outside the run, which has slightly improved from last year. But just haven't seen a whole lot out of Zach to make me believe in him. And Minshew and Heineke both have really good offensive lines and weapons to really get stuff done while Wilson's kind of working with Hall and Garrett Wilson, hoping for the best. So be interesting to see how that works out. But go with the guys I know, Minshew and Heineke. Oh, man. All right. Trying to see if there's any other standout people on my list that would just yeah, don't like that. Nobody's super impressive. So let's see. We have London's out for sure. Palmer's also out. Michael Wilson's out. So I need to make sure I move up more. Like I said, guys, he's one of the streaming options for you. Ooh, Devontae Parker's out. That's an interesting something to follow. No. Ugh. Well, darn it. I was getting so excited because I thought for sure he was going to out touch him today. It was a great opportunity. Oh yeah, I'm gonna drop him down too. Just makes me so sad. All right, and then Crowder is the other one because Kurt Samuel's out. I need to move Crowder up quite a bit. We're gonna move him into. Oh, guess he's gonna be wide receiver 37. All right. Would you start Henderson in the flex spot over Evans and Nakua? I mean, only if you really are looking for a floor play, I might play him over Puka. Just with the uncertainty of Rippin at quarterback. Don't love that. I would expect Cup to be the beneficiary, as well as Higbee. And then I think Henderson, with the check down target, seemed very serviceable last week. So that's another quiet player that I moved up this week is Higbee. With the fact that Stafford's going to be out, Higbee seemed to fall right into targeting, or Rippin went right back to targeting Higbee. So I moved him from one of my lower. Wow, we're already 30 minutes out. This daylight savings time has been a weird one. All right, Royce, let's see. Shaheed or Freeman? Man, it's just so tough to sit Shaheed. It's such a good matchup. It only takes one. PPR is more of a Henderson thing. But Freeman has just shown that he can really put up big plays. It's been really impressive. So I'm probably going to go Freeman because I trust the floor a little more, but that's tough. Shaheed's definitely a big play guy. It's been super impressive. If you're in kind of punt return league, you have to have Shaheed. Justin, Dell, or Higgins? Oh my gosh. I'm going to go Higgins. Honestly, don't think you go wrong here. I have, let's see, Higgins at wide receiver 14 and Dell at wide receiver 21. So close. Nico Collins or Chris Olave? Oh my gosh. I'm probably gonna go Olave. Golly. I have Collins at 29. Whoops. I have Olave at 22. So I'm gonna go Olave. Mostly because he's playing Chicago. Shaheed or Smith? Oh my gosh. It's the same player, except for Shaheed's more consistent. The issue with Smith is really Goddard. So, and AJ Brown is just going to do what he does. I'm probably going to go Shaheed here just because, again, like I said, it really only takes one. Smith, it takes three usually. And you're hoping for one big play. Yikes. Sorry, Omar. Hope that helped. All right, David. Let's see. Everett, Henry, or Mayer? Probably. Oh my gosh, this is tough just because of the fact that it's going to be close. If it's PPR, I'm probably going to go Everett, but I would expect Henry to be more likely to score with the fact that Parker is also out. For the wide receiver room in our pass catching room in Patriots land. So Aaron Jones or Singletary? It's going to be Singletary. He has the full job. Don't trust them to actually unleash Jones. It's just too big of a hubbub there. With Heineke there, also, I guess I've been trying to think of a second wide receiver with London being out in the Falcons. Go with Hodge. I mean, another big play guy can move the ball well. Heineke is kind of suited to do that. He likes to unleash it every now and then. Part of why Dotson did so well last year. All right, Cole. Let's see. Start to Olave, Thielen, or Wilson. It's going to be Thielen and Wilson. Love the matchup for both of them. In any kind of PPR, I think both of them just dominate today. I like Olave, but again, him and Carr seem to be just having little spats that are throwing each other off. So hopefully that helps, Cole. All right. Let's see how the player person. I'm going to move up now. Daryl Henderson or Collins. Again, it's kind of what you're looking for. If you want the safe floor, play Henderson. I think there's significantly more upside for Collins. And if it's a PPR, I also kind of lead Henderson just because of the fact that he has been catching a lot of passes. And with it being Rippin, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets scared and checks it down a little more than expected. So, I just saw I need to move Quentin up too. So, yeah, I'm probably going to go Henderson just to play it safe. Hopefully that helps. Utmost turnip. David, Howard, Carr. I'm probably going to play Carr. Good matchup. I think it's an easier play. He likes to take that one shot. I do like how he's been playing very well. It's just that he's so inconsistent. The fact that he's QB8 is just blowing. Uh-oh. Did they come back? I'm projected to win. So, yeah. So, Henderson would be the safer option. You know he's going to touch the ball. You know he's going to see a lot of touchdowns. So, not touch. Why did I say touchdowns? Checkdowns. Golly. Thinking about him scoring. It seems to be that they're alternating. So, it should be Henderson week to score. Freeman got it last week. No more than normal. Hex. But yeah, so we got all that done. Who else would need to move around? Oh, I do need to pull out Stafford from rankings and Murray. I need to move up Tune. Golly. Nope, I don't need to move up Tune. Just kidding. He's right where he needs to be. I am going to move up Rippin to above Love, though. Yikes. I just wish that the Green Bay Packers would figure it out. Well, you act like I know. They were close. It looked like they were fighting back there towards the end. I think really losing Waddle early hurt him. Him getting that injury settled it down. I'm more just annoyed also by McKinnon getting that touchdown again. I thought for sure it was set up for Pacheco to just come in and catch that and take it, but so frustrating. Chiefs yardage leader for today, Noah Gray. For those counting, we're still not to the 90-yard mark, but 3 for 34, not too shabby. Golly. Rice 2 for 17 and a touchdown. I was fading him pretty hard this week. That would be why. The fact that it's overseas made me nervous on him. The person I was excited for was Pacheco, and he did okay. The 66 yards gives you, 6.6 fantasy points. He was targeted once, but that's it. So, not ideal. Don't love it for sure. So, it's just rough, man. Those early games. Also, the daylight savings time falling back doesn't help things. We'll see by the end of the week what they actually call okay. It would have been better with the touchdown, but of course, you know that McKinnon had to go and jack that. So, yeah, That's rough. Since it was in Germany, bangers and mash would have been sounds good for this morning, but just hard to really find a place like that that serves any kind of just great food. All right, DeMarcado's out, Pierce is out, and it's close enough. I was thinking bangers. Bangers are more sausage than anything else. They're the same place in my mind. All right. Let's see. Oh, golly. Ridiculous. All right. Mike Evans or T. Higgins. All right. It's going to be Higgins. Golly, that's close. They're kind of the same player to me. But I like the potential shootout for the Bengals, so I'm going to go Higgins. I think that really pushes him up just enough to make it annoying. So I'm going Higgins there. Hopefully that helps. I absolutely hate it. Scott's out. Gaskin's out. Who the heck are they bringing up then? There's so many people out this week. I feel like everybody just been dealing with injury. 20 minutes. Golly. It's just been crazy. I missed pulling out Edwards. All right. Puka or Olave PPR. It's going to be Olave. Like I said, Puka missing practice, it not being why can't I think of his name? Stafford now makes me more nervous. I was really high on Puka because I thought Stafford would probably play injured and just do a lot of the short yardage, give it to him. But with Rippon being the guy, I think that actually goes to Higbee and Henderson, and then Cup will clearly get what he deserves, which is a decent workload. So hard to get away from it, unfortunately. Man, I don't even know who the other back would be. I need to move up Williams. Tajay. No. This week is just so weird. You're either going to have really bad games or really good games, and it's not going to be an in between. Like you're not going to see like this game, the early game is kind of what you're expecting this week, and that's minimum. Like it's so rough this week when it comes to scoring and just teams. If it's not much higher than that, it's going to be much lower. It's terrifying. All right, easy. Let's see. Robinson or Madison or Hubbard. Ooh. PPR. Golly, that's close. I'm probably going to go Hubbard. But man, if Madison wasn't splitting, that would help him. But the fact that he is makes me a little more nervous on it. Hey, Nightmare. Morning. Bench. Whoop. Half PPR. Bench 1. Puka, Cooper, Mixon, Moss. It's going to be Puka. Love Mixon. Continue to use him passing game finally. Cooper should see a good amount of targets, and Moss is, I mean, you're hoping for a touchdown, but seems like a likely opportunity for him. Man, I'm really surprised at my rankings right now. So I need to adjust these like crazy. Yeah, see? Oh, I guess that's not Germany. What the heck is in Germany? Oh, Bierock. Bierock, Germany? Maybe. It's all Europe-ish, right? Wait, was Brexit was also part of it. See, this is why I'm not allowed to talk a lot. I try not to. My random thoughts are just very intrusive. Cause a lot of issues. But yeah, I wish maybe I was in New York that I had the bangers and mash for breakfast. Ireland should never be part of the UK. And I answered Hubbard for that, right? Choose 2. Olave, Davis, Lockett, Puka. It's going to be PPR. I'm probably going to go Olave and Davis. I like Lockett, but again, I hate the matchup today. And like I've continue to talk about Puka, which more than likely means he's going to have a great game. He's going to be just fine. You won't have to worry about it. I'm just going to be completely wrong. But it terrifies me, man. Him having an injury, just it makes me nervous. Hubbard or James Cook? It's PPR, so Hubbard. Also, Cook they're just not using him. Like we talked about on Thursday with Neil. He can't pass protect, so he's losing snaps there, and that's really just tanking him very hard. It's making it extremely difficult for him to have a whole lot of success and playing less snaps. Part of why they brought in, or I don't know if I doubt he's active, but Fournette is because he's going to be good in that role. I doubt having more and more isn't ideal, but they need him there just in case other people get hurt, and it's terrifying. Moss or Addison in the flex is half. Going with the upside here and going Addison. Gotta hope that he breaks one free, goes for the long score would really be a benefit to you. I don't, like I said, I hate the fact that it's going to be a rookie coming in, but he should still be the one who sees the targets. So we'll see how it goes. That game's going to be one I'm watching very closely. I don't think it really matters. Happy PR. All right, Kenji. Poop. Shaheed, man, that big playability is hard to get away from. He's been just blowing people away with it, and I think it's surprising enough for everybody. We saw what he can do with just 3 targets last week, going for I think it was 125 yards, and a score. Like that's all it takes is 3 shots, and to get it to 125 yards, that's insane. You're averaging 43 yards catch? Nuts. That kind of stuff is insane. 15 minutes out, golly. Just bananas, people. Can't believe we're to this point. And anybody else? Clyde Edwards out. This has just been. Let's break down the game today. Raheem Mostert clearly owns that backfield still. I was surprised at how much I saw Ahmed on the Minshew or Heineke. Man, have him back to back. Going to go Minshew. Just trust him more. I like the Heineke's options, but without London, it gives him a slight downgrade. But yeah, so the game today was just crazy, seeing how it broke down. Mostert, 12 carries, average 7.1 yard per carry, 85 yards and a touchdown. Tyreek saw his normal usage, only had 62 yards, so he didn't score. He said he was going to be very upset and dream about it since he didn't score. So, but his score did go to Cedric Wilson. That was another surprising score. Targeted 5 times, only caught 1 for the 31-yard touchdown. The fact that they continue to use Salvon is just mind-blowing to me. Wilson's getting a lot of usage in the pass-catching game. So the way they're deploying their backs is just fascinating to me. I'm really surprised Salvon's even in the rotation. But good to see. Yeah. I'm more curious to see how much that hurts Mostert or Wilson. I mean, I don't know how they're going to split that load. That's part of the reason I'm kind of trying to talk through this, is to figure out how that's going to end up breaking down. Because I know they were using A-Chain more in the goal line usage initially. Does it, though? I mean, Wilson's the one who's catching the passes. He's been the most effective in the pass-catching role. Mostert only saw 1 target. Salvon saw 3. Wilson saw 4, and he caught 3 of them for 32 yards. He continues to have that role, and I mean, I'm kind of curious if it's just the fact that they are getting away from just using him in between the tackles to keep him healthy, kind of a situation. All right, okay, well, let's see. Deshaun Love or Minshew? It's going to be Minshew. I'm just worried. I like Watson. I think it's a safe play, but I'm worried he doesn't have to throw for a touchdown. I think they can easily run the ball a lot today, and have a lot of success with it. And I'm not trusting the Green Bay offense. So Minshew's going to be a terrifying play, but he continues to just dominate air yards. And if he can not turn the ball over and get you at 300 yards and 1 or 2 touchdowns, you'll be pretty happy. But yeah. And Pacheco, again, not what you wanted. He didn't score, but had good usage. Pretty much playing any Chief today was rough outside of yeah, that defense has gotten so much better. It's part of the reason that you wanted to make sure that yeah, it's continued to be the fact that that defense has gotten better. Part of why you like Pacheco, even on the road in Germany. It was easy to see that this was going to be theoretically a lower scoring game. And they wouldn't have to, they could rely on their defense and trying to really just run the ball, which they did clearly. Had 30 passing plays. The offense hasn't been underperforming. They just haven't had to perform. I mean, so I guess that kind of counts. But yeah, it's been crazy either way. 10 minutes out. Golly. Hey, Tony made it in. All right, need 2. Probably going to go Ford and Dell here. Again, I've kind of been talking about the Browns a lot today. I think they're just going to be able to run a lot. I think that's part of the reason they're okay tossing Watson out there at home. And then I just trust Dell in any kind of PPR format at this point. Watson could score a touchdown, but until I actually see the Packers moving the ball, I'm staying away from it. AW, Hubbard or Pop Douglas? Oh my gosh. I mean, if you already have Hubbard, you might as well keep him. I do love how Douglas's usage has gone up every week. The fact that he is going to pretty much be their only wide receiver this week helps in any kind of PPR format. He seems to be a pretty consistent player for him. And let me double check because I think that was the case. And he is in 7 games played, has seen 30 targets for 222 yards. He's third on the team currently in yardage. Bourne was leading, but he is going to be out. Henry had a hot start, but has trickled off, and Douglas has been catching up to him quietly in the background. Has a higher yards per target, so also helps him get a little closer each time, and is also having more yards per game. All right, David. Let's see. Watson or Downs? Oh my gosh. I'm probably depending on what you need. I trust Downs more. I just dealing with the injury. I'm expecting he's still going to be fine because they kind of plan to trot him out there, but we'll see. If you want to risk Watson, you can. There's a lot of potential there, but again, it's really tough to trust a Packer. Outside of what seems to be AJ Dillon, but if they're unleashing Jones, maybe that changes too, which is part of the reason I have them both ranked relatively low because it is terrifying. Well, Downs or Hubbard, go safe play and play Hubbard, get the guaranteed points. They are planning to, as of now, it looks like Downs is going to play, but they're going to try a pregame warm up and see if it doesn't work. Definitely makes you more terrified, but yeah, I'm going to take the points and go with Hubbard today. Oh, gosh. But hey, you're getting more excited. College basketball starts tomorrow. It's the official start of the college basketball season. A lot of opportunities there. More betting if you're into that. Absolutely love being able to bet on college basketball games. It's going to be a lot of fun. Some good matchups moving forward. So, uh, something else I look forward to. Hey, Rodney. All right, Brian Dotson, Johnson, Puka, half PPR. Probably going to go Dotson there. Just because of the fact that, like I said, Samuel's out. Crowder should see a decent uptick, but with the fact that they have been able to kind of push it, and Dotson saw a decent markup last week with Samuel out. Think it could happen again this week. Would be beneficial. If you don't trust that, go to Robinson. He should have a decent matchup this week, and if he scores, it's even better for you. So, really depends on what you need. Anthony, Addison or Flower standard. Your standard, you're looking for a touchdown or upside, or big plays, which makes me lean Addison here. Flowers is fine, but the guy they've been looking for in the end zone has been Andrews. Shocking, I know, or somehow OBJ also has been in that same issue. And then clearly Edwards and Jackson are both capable of running it in, making it even more annoying. I know. So, 5 minutes. With that in mind, make sure you join our Discord. Ton of fun. A lot of people there. They like to talk. We'll answer your questions, can help you with trades. Right now is your time to look at that. We're getting close to the trade deadline. Bring that up again so you guys know. All right, Skylar. Puka or McLaurin? It's going to be McLaurin. Don't love ripping for Puka. Just again, I think the targets actually shift to more of the running back in Higbee, as we kind of saw last week. So, no, it was a small period of time, but even when Rippin was with the Broncos, he was looking at the tight end more. So, Kevin, Higgins, Downs, Flowers. It's going to be Higgins. And, it's pick 2. All right. It's a half. Man, that's close. I think it's going to be Higgins and Flowers, but golly. Again, I think that's just more because the fact that Downs is dealing with injury. Rather go with the guy I know is healthy. It's close. You want to risk Downs, you're more than willing to do so. But I would go Downs. Daniel or Ever. Let's see, Myers or Dell. Ooh, I'm probably going Dell. Myers got saved the last time with O'Connell getting a touchdown. He did see a slight downtick, but I would expect him to still be used. I'm just not curious. I'm curious to see how much, because it was quite the dip after when O'Connell was the starter or got the start and saw a majority of the use. All right, well, let's see. Downs or Hubbard. Again, taking the safe play here and going Hubbard. Got to get those guaranteed touches. And like I said, join the Discord. $3, $5 can easily help you with any kind of trade questions. We have a whole team. That's a whole point. All right, Xavier, let's see. Collins, Smith, or Godwin? Oh, it's not PPR, man. I really wanted to go Godwin there, but I think I'm going to go Collins. Yeah, I have Collins ranked the highest. All right, Skylar, let's see. Freeman or Sanders? Oh, Freeman. Sanders still dealing with injury. Chuba was actually named the starter, which doesn't help him. And so, going to run that out. Myers or Addison, full PPR. Golly, that makes it closer. Again, I still think we're going to go with the upside of Addison here. It's close just because it's full PPR. But again, with O'Connell, Myers saw a slight downtick, and I have to see it again in a full game to see how much it actually affects him. So, got to believe that Addison's going to be the wide receiver 1 on the team. I mean, so with the blonde and the brown, it kind of comes off as a red. So I guess that works. Yeah. As we say, good luck in week 9. Enjoy the games today. Haven't already, joined the Discord. Would love to see you guys all there, help you with any kind of trades, have a really great crew. Outside of that, I guess we'll get out of here. And last second questions. Going once, going twice. Sold. With that in mind, remember, keep up the nonsense. Oh, got a last second, I guess. Deep league, JSN or James. Oh, it's Crowder. If it, especially in any kind of PPR, Crowder for sure. I'm more worried about the usage for the Seahawks. Walker's probably going to be fine. Lockett's probably going to be fine. All the other ones is really going to be hit or miss because of the matchups. So I'd much rather go with the guy I know in Crowder, who's going to more than likely fill out that Samuels role and see 6 to 8 targets and catch 5 to 7 of them. So yeah. All right. Think that's it. We're going to be done. With that in mind, do it again. Remember, week 9's ahead. Enjoy the games and keep up the nonsense. Let's go. Ding, 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 ding.